Good morning, Internet. This is Alex does Sudokus, and it is Saturday, the 2nd of January 2021. How is everyone? Hope you're all well, and we are going to do some more Sudokus, New York Times Sudokus. I'm absolutely dead tired. Another late night, but not super late. But yeah, my sleeping is not back to normal yet. But hopefully we can tackle today's Sudoku. So I'm just going to have a sip of water before I start. Let's see now. We are going to have a go at the easy New York Times Sudoku as a warm-up. Let's go. Got one there. One here. One, and one. So that sort of one's done. Can we do much of the twos? Yes, we can. Seem to be quite lucky in following the right lines to get all the numbers that I need. Oh, I'm still missing a 2. Where am I missing a 2? Must be in the center, so it must be here. Fours are not so straightforward, but I can at least place these ones. And this is a 5. And with that 5, we can place another 5 here. We don't know where the 4 goes just yet, but I do know there's got to be a 4 down here. Let's actually focus on the 5s for a second. 5, 5, that's a 5, that's a 5. Therefore, this is a 5. So the 5s are done. Does that open up any 4s for us? Doesn't look like it. So we're going to look at the 6s instead and find ourselves equally. Oops, that's not a 6, that's a 7. So I want to put 6 down instead. So that's a 6. Any more 6s? Yes, I've got one over here, but I think again I'm hitting a roadblock. So let's finish up the 7s that I can see, and then the 8. Any more 8s? Have I done all the 8s? No, I haven't. There's another 8, and then I get myself some 9s. So keep the change. There we go. So I'm just left with a 6 here, 4 there, 4 there. 4 here, 4 and 6 and a 4. Exactly 2 minutes for the easy Sudoku. So that's okay, I suppose. Let's tackle the medium puzzle with Snyder notations, where we are going to pencil mark in 2 possible candidates per cage, where possible, for each number anyway. So for example, the 1s are locked in these 2 cells because the way the existing ones are arranged, and the advantage is they are now a pointed pair of 1s blocking out these 2 cells as well, and the 1 can't go here, so the 1s have to go in these 2 cells. So pointed numbers are always useful, and it's the reason I tend to focus on odd numerical values going upwards. So I tend to scan from 1 to 9, and even if there are pointed numbers that I may not want to pencil mark in because there are actually 3 of them, for instance, they're still useful in eliminating cells whilst I'm doing the scanning, basically. So let's carry on and see if we can find anything. So got another pair of 1s there, but no more 1s. So let's move on to the 2s. I've got myself a 2 here because of this 2 and that 2. So I've got another pair of 2s locked in those 2 cells as a result. These are also 2s because of the way this 2 and that 2 are stacked against this cage. That opens up another pair of 2s over there. And I think the sort of 2s I can do. So let's place a 3 there actually, because I've got 4 different 3s looking into this cage. So that basically erased one of the 2s, which means there's only 1 2 candidate left. And I just realized, as Stu said, I have not transitioned to the New York Times puzzle because I'm tired and I'm useless. So I guess I have to restart today's puzzles. So I'm just gonna restart the medium, I think, because The easy one was just a warm-up anyway, so how do I restart? Morning, Juice, by the way. Thank you for swinging by and letting me know my mishaps. How are you today? Hope you're okay. Okay, so as I said, there's a pair of ones here because of these two ones stacked against this cage, and that leaves me two candidates, and I will pencil mark those in, and they form a pointer pair. Therefore, there can't be any ones in these two cells, or there'll be nowhere for the one to go in this cage. So an easy way to think about pointer pairs is if they're lined up, they're basically pointed in that direction. So if they're lined up horizontally, they point at the horizontal row, and if they are vertical, they point at the columns. Good morning. Sorry, I just got here. That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. I just don't know what I was doing. Why I missed the fact that I didn't transition a scene. So I just blame being tired, basically. It's good that you're good. I'm not too bad. I'm just tired. So not much more to report than that, really. Okay, so let's tackle the twos. We've got two opened up here. I was just saying at the intro that I am not back to normal sleeping pattern yet, so it may take a while before I get back to it. But anyway, we can play some more twos over there. This two and that two are stacked in this cage as such that I've got another pointer pair of twos, which leaves me another pair of twos over there. I've got three possible twos in this cage, but with Snyder notations, I typically leave that alone, and typically we don't need to use that because it will just clutter the grid a bit up, basically, and break the routine a little bit. I'm sure, Juice, you're quite familiar with sleep schedule struggles. Threes, I've got three different threes stacked on top of this cage, and when you've got four different numbers, four of the same numbers pointing into the same cage, you always have a solution, because it means two of the columns are blocked off and two of the rows are blocked off. So the only place the three can go in this cage is here, and that erased a pencil marking for two. So with Snyder notations, this is the advantage when you've only got two candidates per cage. When you erase one, the other must be correct. So I can place the two there now. So let's continue on looking at the threes. Let's play on the threes and see what more we can do. We've got a pair of threes there, pair of threes over here, and three possible threes in this cage. And we're going to leave that alone for now because, again, it's three candidates. So 4 is locked in here in this cage because I've got two rows blocked off and a single column blocked off, leaving me a single possible cell. And that tells me that the 4 lives in these two cells in this cage. I've also got a 4 living in 3 different cells here, which is not useful. 4s are living in these two cells in this cage because I've got the two columns blocked off and one of the rows blocked off. So with that, I'm just going to pause for a second to blow my nose. Successfully muted it this time, so that's good. Pretty sure I made a mistake yesterday and didn't mute when I was blowing my nose. So in this cage, I just noticed we're only left with 3 numbers. So they are 5s, 7s and 1s. And this is why I deviate from the Snyder notations rules. When I find a triple within a cage, I typically pencil mark them in because when you've got 3 numbers, the cells aren't going to be too cluttered. Any more than 3 and it gets a little bit hard to read, basically. So with 3, I'm happy to pencil mark those in. But I am going to continue scanning the 5s. And I just noticed the 5 and the 1s are locked in the same 2 cells because I've got 5 on this column and I've got 5 over here as well. So yeah, I missed muting one yesterday and it was disgusting and I'm sorry and I felt bad. The only solace I take from yesterday's recording is I think my laptop didn't connect to my AirPods, so that nose blowing probably wasn't as intimate as the one I would have done just now. So That's the consolation for yesterday's nose blowing, basically. Anyway, we've unlocked another pair of 4s as a result because of these 1-5 pair. Because when you've got a matching pair on both the roll, in this case, and the cage, you can't have any more numbers in the 1 or 5s, because if I place any other numbers in one of them, that leaves me a single cell for both the 1 and the 5, which is impossible. So with that, we can basically ignore those 2 cells and look at the different numbers. So looking at the 4s, they block these 2 cells, and only these 2 are left in place, so I can pencil mark them in. So that opens up another pair of 4s down there, so that's good. And what else can I do in this cage? I've got 8 locked in these 3 cells, 9 locked in these 3 cells, and 6 locked in the top 3 cells. So that doesn't actually open any doors for us, so I'm going to move on. Can I do more of the 5s? Yes, I can. I can pencil mark in the 5s here, because now I've got a pointed pair of 5s. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. I think that's all the 5s, so I'm going to move on and pencil mark in a pair of 6s here, thanks to this 6. And that opens up another pair of 6s over here as well, because this 6 and the pointed pair of 6s ruled out these cells, leaving me a pointed pair. And do I have any more 6s? No, I haven't. So it's time to move on to the 7s then. Well, to start with, we've got a 7 locked in that cell, and that is good news because it allows us to erase another 7 down here. Also have 7s locked in these 2 cells. So, oh, Aubergine, thank you for, oh my god, a raid of 9 people. Hi, how are you? Thank you for the raid. I don't have any bots to find out what you were streaming before, so are you guys Sudoku fans by any chance? Thank you for the visit. Yeah, I'm a bit gobsmacked by, I've not been raided by this many people before, so hello everyone, I'm Alexa. I do daily Sudoku videos, and what else do I do? Occasionally I stream Hades and other video games, but my internet isn't that good, so I'm sticking to Sudokus, which is quite not very demanding on my computer, and sometimes I do some, I also do the mini crosswords, but I'm not very good at them. Just end us with killer, oh fantastic. Yeah, I do need to get back to some Sudokus. I haven't got Killer Sudoku at the moment because Cracking the Cryptic has only released it just now, and it was after I bought the entire bundle of all the Sudokus. So I'm waiting for it to come down a bit on price before I get it. So hope you had a fantastic stream. Which Killer Sudoku app did you play then? Because I am open to having more killer apps. I know my friend Elaine, who's also a streamer. Elaine, are you in here? If you are, kind of make a mention to yourself, because we have some Sudoku fans here, I think. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna finish up the. Oh, fantastic! Yeah, I think she's got that one as well, but she's been doing a different Killer Sudoku. But I would imagine it's a really well-made app, because Cracking the Cryptic always have handmade puzzles, and yeah, I can't wait to try them. But I need to finish off the thermal sandwich and chess Sudoku first. I think those are the other ones that I've got, but haven't got any other one. Oh, thank you for the follow as well. Bless you. Yeah, but I will be going through them. But I'm currently on my laptop at the moment, which isn't great at streaming. It gets a bit hot when I stream Steam games, but I certainly will be streaming them again when I get home after Christmas. Let's see. Can I give a shout out to Elaine, because yeah, she does a lot more Sudoku streams than I do, and probably at better hours than people as well. So the only thing is, her name is not the easiest to spell, so just gonna do a shout out here. Shout out. And Juice also does Juice here also does Sudoku, but he does the Microsoft Sudoku, not the best app, but it's quite interesting. And if you talk to him, you'll find that he's obsessed with Bunny Sudoku, and I'll let him do the explanations. Meanwhile, I'm going to get back to the medium New York Times Sudoku just to finish up before moving on to the hard New York Times, which is the main events for the day. So let's. I was just doing a scan of the puzzle. Doing the first round basically. I think I got to the 7s. So can I do more 7s? No, I can't. So I think I'm going to do the 8 in that case. I've got a pair of 8 locked in here because of this 8, which means I've got 1-8 matching pair. So the 9 is now removed from that cell. Therefore, the 2s and 9s are placed. What else can I do? I've got another pair of 8s over here as a result, and I'm left with a quadruple on this row, but we can probably do more before I tackle that. Got another pair of 1s and 8s here, so there seems to be some sort of relationship going on. 1 and 8 number sitting in the tree. Kissing. I don't really know how the song goes, but anyway, let's put a 6 in there because when you've got a matching pair, no other numbers can go in them. So they essentially eject any third wheels sitting in the same 2 cells. And now that I've got 6 there, can I do more? I guess I can pencil mark in the 6s over here as well. And not much more to say about the 6s. So, any more I can say about the 8s, perhaps? No, doesn't look like it. They're being shy, so let's pencil mark in the 7 and 9s as another matching pair in this cage. So here I've got 2. Hold on, this can't be a 2. So why have I got 2 pencil marked in? Probably because I didn't clean up the pencil markings. Because I've got another matching, not matching pair. Got another pointed pair of 2s down there. So 7 and 9s. I've got 3, 7 and 9 remaining on this row. But if we observe, we'll find 7 and 9 on this column already. So 3 must go here. And with that 3, we get nothing else as a reward, so that's a bit stingy. So these are both 7s and 9s, but we can't do much with them at the moment. So let's focus on the 9s and see if we can place any more pencil markings. We've got this 9 and that 9 locking another pair of 9s in place. So can we do more with the 9s? Yes, we can. We've got another pair of 9s there. By the way, I am using the keyboard to move around the grid because my mouse on the Mac doesn't actually show up, so you can't see me waving. On the first couple of days when I was streaming on the Mac, I was waving my mouse around to point out what I was talking about, and then later on realised it's not actually captured. So we've done a round of scanning, and we still haven't made any pencil markings in this cage, which is interesting. So let's see if we can do anything about it. We've got 1-8 pair here. That means no other numbers can go in there, which means that's leaving me a 3 and 5 and a 9 on the column in these 3 cells. So 1, 2, 3. And these 3 cells are 3, 5 and 9. And I've got 3 and a 9 on this row. So that must be a 5 then, which tells me this can't be a 5 anymore. The 5 lives here. And that just erased a 4, so I can place a 4 there and a 6 over here. So with the 4 in place, I can place another 4 here, erasing a 9, which places a 9 there and an 8 over there through basic deduction, basically. So we're going to continue eliminating numbers and cells by erasing pencil markings. So that now pushes the 9 and 7 over here. And what am I left with here? 3s and 9s. We can't deduce them just yet. But what I can deduce is what's in this cell, which is a 6. It's the only number remaining in this cage and the row. So that eliminates this 6, opening up another 6 over here. And I think that's all I can do with the 6s for now. So 6s are still having 3 row estates down here at the bottom cages. So we're not fond of that, but it's okay. Up here, I've got 1-5 pair, but if we look down on this column, there's a 5 already in the bottom cage. So that means there's nowhere for the 5 to go in this column except for this cell, which opens up to 1. The 5 can go in these 2 cells, but I've got a 5 there. So 5 goes here, 1 goes in these 2 cells. So we're making good progress. On this row, we've only got a single digit left, so it's a really weak area. I tend to talk about weak areas more often in the hard Sudokus, but this is kind of another example of a really weak area where there are not many cells left on a dimension, in this case a row. So we know that it has to be a 7 because no other numbers can fit in there, and that leaves me a triple on this column. So like I said before, I'm happy with pencil marking columns, so triples. So hey curly fries, how are you? In this case, I've only got a single number left, and it is an 8. So this 8 opens up the 1 and 8 over here, and that leaves me 1s and 8s over here as well. So, but let's look at this pair first on this column. So we have a pair of 7s and what are they? 7s and 2s. Okay, so we're just going to pencil mark them in because we can't tell where they are just yet. So that leaves me 3s and 9s on this, in this cage, and on this column. So we can't resolve that just yet. What about here? So as a quick, just simple hint, in fact, if we look at this row, it is quite weak. There are only 2 cells left, but I've got 3 pencil markings. So one of them, at a minimal, is incorrect. And if we look at it, at least the 1s can't go there. So the 1 has to go in here, and these are actually 7s and 5s. And since there's only a single 5 here, I know that's the 5, that's the 7. And with the 5 in place, we can finally place the final 5 and finish off the 5s. Thank you for the follow, Starbuck. Just a singular, and that is a cool emoji. Oh, it's a combination of 3 emojis, isn't it? So thank you for the follow. So hope you are another Sudoku fan, and hopefully I can bring some kind of joy in your life with numbers. That's how I express my love for people, basically. So okay, so this is kind of a useful little technique. We've got the 1s locked in these 2 rows in 2 different cages. So more specifically, they form what's called an X-wing, when you've got 4 numbers in a rectangular formation with no other numbers. I mean, in this case, the X-wing isn't actually that. Actually, yeah, it is useful. So if we look on the columns vertically, these are the only 2 positions the 1s can go, and also the reason I'm explaining the X-wing in a medium puzzle is because that it basically never gets used by me in a hard Sudokus, but it's a useful technique for other Sudoku apps typically. But basically, wherever the 1s go in these 2 cells means the 1 has to go in the other cell. They have to go in corner formations in this rectangle. That means there can't be any 1s in between these 2, well, basically on these 2 rows anymore. So these 2 cells can't actually be 1s anymore, even though in theory we've got 3 different places that the 1s can go. These 2 cells can't contain 1s. But another way of arriving at the same conclusion is we notice that the 1s are locked in rows 7 and 8 in this cage, 7 and 8 in this cage as well. So there has to be a 1 on row 9, and they're not living in these 2 cages. Therefore, the 1 has to live on row 9 in the middle cage, and there's only 1 place for it, and it's there. So this is probably why I never use the X-wing technique in any New York Times Sudokus, because I typically would have used it already in some way or manner. So yeah, my New Year's going okay so far. We watched, we mostly just sat in the living room and vegetated. So my wife and I, we don't actually have TV at home, and so we just kind of, I don't know, learn what advertising the TV have these days, because most of the time people will be like, oh, have you seen that advert? And it's like, no, we haven't seen it because we don't watch TV. So we try to pretend we're human by catching up on the adverts. What is that about cribbage? Cribbage today. Mostly done with the first book of the year. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, you were reading a book, weren't you, yesterday? Anyway, let's continue with some Sudokus, because that's what the viewers are here for, I think, and anyone on YouTube who will be watching this later. So we are left with on this column a 7 and 8. So can I do anything with that? Not really. Okay, no matter. I think we should be able to solve this now anyway by just looking at the weaker areas. So what have we got here? We've got a 1 pointing into this 1-8 pair, so this can't be a 1 anyway. Let's place the 8 and the 1. So now the 8 are locked on this column. These two cells, so that's not actually as helpful as I hoped. Let's pencil mark in the 7 and 8. These are 3s and 9s. Yeah, let's have a look at the 3s. Can I do anything with that? No, I can't. What about, okay, so on this column, I just missed it. After placing the 5, there's only a single 4 left in this case anyway, so let's place that. And that 4 basically tells me this is where the remaining 4 goes, and more importantly, the remaining cell on this column is a 6, I believe. So let's place that, and that 6 breaks the 6-8 pair there, so I can now unlock the 7 and 8 over here as well. So nice little chain reaction happening there, and you'll find that a lot using Snyder notations typically, because Snyder notation is pretty much all about chain reactions through eliminating little cells basically. Okay, so I'm still a bit frustrated that I haven't figured out what's going on here. I've got 7, 8 and 9 in these cells. The 8 is only available in this cell because I've got the 2 8s on the rows. So that leaves me a 7 and 9 because the 7 oversees that cell, bearing in mind the 1s and 2s are locked in these two cells. So now we should be laughing our way to the bank because we've got another 7, another 2, and the 2 breaks the 1 and 2 over here, and the 1 breaks the 1 and 3 over here. So 3 goes here, and that breaks the 3 and 9, and therefore this is a 9 as well, I think. Yep. And that leaves me a 2, which lives down here, and a 6 over there. And we can finally move on to the main event, which is today's New York Times hard Sudoku. So let me just timestamp my puzzle for my YouTube viewers later. Okay, so moving on to the hard puzzle. Let's go back to OBS so I can see the chat. Let us do some Snyder notations, but I'm going to start with the higher numbers actually, because I can't see many 1s, although actually saying that there may be a naked single already hidden somewhere. So what can I see here? I can't see the 3 and, no, hold on, I can see the 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, can't see a 5, can't see a 6, can't see a 7 either. So what about over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So this is a naked 6 because I can see 1 here. Actually, let me use the mouse to highlight them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 9. So that's a 6. So this is a technique I use quite often with the New York Times Sudoku and just in Sudoku, classic Sudokus in general. When there's a really weak number, basically on its own, it has to be a weak number. I like to see if there's a naked single connected to it because my logic is that anywhere on the grid will be missing a 1 basically. Anything that can't see the 1 will have minimum a 1 inside. So by looking at the cells that the 1 can see, I'm eliminating one of the weak numbers basically. So it increases my probability of finding a naked single. So that's why I do it basically. With the 6 in place, I wonder if I can actually do anything else. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, missing a 9 as well. So this is a 4 or a 9. So what am I looking for on this column? I'm looking for 4, 9, and 2. So that's not going to get resolved anytime soon. Let us move on in that case. Since I placed a pointer pair of 6s, pointer pair of 9s, for some reason I thought I'd put a pair of 6s there, so that's not at all the case. It was a pointer pair of 9s. So can I do anything else with that? No, I can't. So let's pencil mark in the 6 and 8s up here because I can see the 6 and the 8s in these two columns. What else can I do? I think sevens are quite strong, so maybe I should have a look at those. What have I got a lot of? Naked singles. I think that's just my internet efforts. Oh, the technique with the weak number. Oh, thank you for that. I think it's the only one that's kind of I bring to the table. It's the only one that I kind of made up when I was working on the learning the New York Times Sudokus this year. So, but yeah, thank you. I'm glad it's useful. I think I've had a couple of people saying that it's quite a useful technique. So, yeah, so I kind of feel maybe I should trademark that. That's the Alex technique. So I can't actually see much more with the nines. So I'm a bit disappointed by that, and the eights are not really being completely locked down. So maybe I should just do a normal scan. I think I've scanned all the sevens. So okay, let's look at the twos. Yeah, the twos are locked in these two cells. Any other twos? Nope, twos aren't very exciting. So what about the threes? Three. Oh, I'm really pleased to hear that, because we don't actually, despite the fact that we both play Sudokus, you and I never actually talk about Sudokus very often, except for your insisting that Bunny Sudoku is live, which I still reject. Got a pair of fours down here, so that's a 4-9 matching pair. Therefore, I know the 3 goes here now, because I've got 3 looking into these two cells. So that leaves me a pair of 2s and 1s, and we're happy with that because that eliminates that 2, throwing a 2 down here. So 1s are a little bit stronger now, but not super amazing. Bunny Sudoku needs to be taken offline. Yeah, so did you explain Bunny Sudoku earlier? I don't know if you did, but whilst you discussed that, I'm just gonna have a look at this. This is 5 and 1s and 5s. We can't place them just yet. So what about over here? I've got 1 and 2. Therefore, these are 5, 6, and 8. So this must be an 8 because I've got 5 and 6 on this column. And with that being an 8, opens up another pair of 8s for me, leaving me with 5 and 6s in these two cells, which I don't think I can deduce just yet. But I can pencil mark in the 5s here. I'm absolutely all over the place today at the puzzle as well, because I'm not really doing it systematically, and I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. I just thought it'd be more fun to do it out of my usual routine of counting from 1 to 9, because I think that's one thing I have demonstrated is that I am able to count from 1 to 9. Yes, the classic 2 4s. Need to remember those. I wish I was there when the meme was created. I did use that on Elaine last night, but I think she completely missed it. So let's move on to the... hold on. Have I finished up all the 2s yet? I don't think I know that. Maybe I have. Hold on. What am I missing here on this column? I'm missing 2, 9, and... oh, 2, 4, and 9, so I still can't resolve that yet. Okay, yeah. What did I do just now? I think I placed a pair of 3s, didn't I, somewhere? Yeah, pair of 3s over there. So any other 3s? 3, 3, 3. Got another pair of 3s here, and that's useful because this 3 rules out these two cells. Therefore, the 3s are locked in columns 1s and 3, and I've locked 3 on columns 1s and 3 as well. So the 3s must go here. And now I've got another X-wing, or 2 cages where the 3s are living on the same 2 rows, so that opens up another pair of 3s over here as well. So that's fairly rewarding. Let's move on to the 4s then. 4s are living in these 3 cells, and that makes me want to have a look at it, because when you've got 2 different numbers living in the same 3 cells, there's always the off chance that you've got a triple locked in the same area. And unfortunately, when I scan the puzzle, I don't think that's the case at all. Instead, I want to have a look at the column, which is 1, 3, and 4. No, we can't do anything with that. So this is not a 3, 4 something triple. I only knew Bunny Mahjong and Bunny Minesweeper. Oh my god. Is that like a trilogy of games? Oh my god. Are there just like Bunny everything out there? Has the Bunny Sudoku developer just basically say, okay, we're going to look at every single puzzle game and just put bunnies in it, and that's the game? Because I'm now, yeah, I think that there's some sort of conspiracy going on here. More than 3. Excellent. I don't know how I feel about that though, because I definitely got motion sickness watching you guys play it. Anyway, I don't think I can do much more with the 4s, so I'm going to move on to the 5s. Sorry everyone on YouTube, by the way, for me being a little bit slow today, but I'm definitely having fun chatting, having fun with chat. So if you want to join in, I am I have my Discord down in the description, and I make my announcement there when I go live. So do pop a visit in, and hopefully you can join me doing my Sudokus live. So meanwhile, let's pencil mark in some more 5s. So the 5s are ruled out from these 3 cells, so the 5s are living there. Anything else with the 5s? I don't think there are anything else, but I have formed another matching pair. So unfortunately, this matching pair isn't actually that useful, so let's move on to the 6s. 6s are already ruled out upstairs. So 6s and 3s are occupying the same space. What am I missing here? I'm missing, a 1 as well, so this is no good for me. Hold on a second. This is 5 and 6 on, yeah. 666. Sorry, I'm just talking out loud right now. So I was kind of like thinking about some logic in my head, but I didn't get anywhere with it. So 7s are fairly locked down, but not completely. 8, 8, 8, 8. Oh, got pointer pair of 8s over here, but it doesn't point anywhere because all the 8s are resolved over here. The matching pair of 3s and 5s, yeah, it will be useful, but at the moment I've got too many cells on both the column and the cage, so I'm going to leave that for now. I'm just going to finish my scan first because I'm just kind of all over the place at the moment, and I want to make sure I've completed a round of pencil markings first, and then I'll tackle that. But yes, thank you for pointing that out. I'm sure the matching pair is going to come in to use in a second. It looks like we can't actually do much for the 9s, so I think it is worth revisiting the 3 and 5 in a moment. So I haven't got a triple locked in these 3 cells. I don't think so. So let's go back to here and do a second scan. So now that we've locked 3 and 5 there, I know the 1 has to be on this column because of the 1 here. Therefore, the 2s and 1s are actually unlockable because the 1s have to live on this column. So this can't be a 1 anymore. It resolves the 1 and 2. Hold on. No, that's not right. The 1 can't go here, so it's 1 and 2 like that. And that locks another 2 over there because now the 2 can't go on this column. And the 2s are unlocked up here. Can a 1 do more for me? Not amazingly well at the moment. What about a 2? 2s are now locked in here as well, so 2 and 3 are unlocked. So that means the 3s are locked up here. And anything else with the 3s? Not that I can see, but oh yeah, it's a 4-9 pair here, isn't it? So forgotten about that. I wonder if I've opened up anything on this row now, because I've got a fair few numbers now, but actually no, I don't think I would have done, because I think I was missing a 5, 6 and 7 in this cell earlier when I was scanning, so definitely need more number than that before I have naked singles. So why don't we have a look on this column now, because I've got a quadruple and I've got all the numbers 2, 4, 7 and 9 are what I'm looking for. So let's have a quick look. I've got 2 and 9 there, so this is 4 and 7. I've got a 7 there, so actually it's 2, 4, 7 and 9 in this cage as well, so that may be useful actually. Let's see, what is this? This is 2, 4 and 9, and oh, actually maybe it's not that useful because this can be 2, 4, 7 and 9 all at once as well. So, okay, let's not clutter up our grid. Let's have a look at this cage as well. I've got, let's see, I'm missing 7, 4, 9, and 1. That's it. So 1, 4, 7, and 9. 7, 9, 1, and 4. Not forming amazing patterns. 1, 4, 7, and 9. So this can be 1, 4, and 9. Yeah, it's not super helpful right now. So I think what I'm going to do is just scanning a little bit with my eyes for a second. I think I may just do a second scan because I feel like I've done a bit of yeah, I think something has changed on the grid. So I may have, yeah, I've unlocked a pair of 2s up here as well. So I think I should just clean things up a little bit by pencil marking in everything that I can to make sure that I'm not missing anything glaringly obvious. So I think that's all I can do with the 2s. So 3s are still being stubborn. 3s, 4s. 4, 4, 4. Not very exciting with the 4s. I suppose they're locked in these cells, but they're locked in with the 1, 7, and 9s as well. So 5s, 5, 5, 5, 5. Not much action going with the 5s either. 6s. 6s are locked with the 8, but again, I don't think that's a triple, but that does tell me that there's a triple on this row as well. And it's 1, 7, and 9, which means this has to be a 1 because this column sees 7 and 9. So that leaves a 7, 9 pair. But this 1 also unlocks a 1 down here and a 3 over there. So that means the 3 lives here, 1 lives there, and that leaves me a pair of 3s and 4s. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't love it either. And I'm really hungry. Oh my god. This is 5 and 6, but I've got 6 on this row already. So 5 and 6. And this is a 5, leaving me a... what is it? A 1. Okay, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. That opens up a pair of 1s. So suddenly the 1s are looking a lot stronger than before. So definitely hitting the proteins there. 7, 8, and 6. Okay, so can't resolve them. What are these then? These are 5, 8, and 5, 8, and 4. 4, 5, and 8. I don't think I can do anything with that. So there must be something else interesting going on. What about in this cell? So we've got 7, 8, 9, and 4. So, no, hold on. It's not 4. I've already got 4s in there. So the remaining 4 cells are 7, 8, 9, and 6. And I've got 6 here. In fact, the 6 can only live in this cell anyway. So that breaks the 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that leaves me a 5 in this cell. And I guess these are 4s and 8s. Okay, can't tell where they are just yet, so let's just pencil mark them in for now. So yeah, today's puzzle I guess is not particularly hard. Got a pair of 5s there, unlocks the 3 and 5. So the 3 in place, I've got the 3 and 4 unlocked. And that leaves a pair of 4s over here. And I guess the 9s go in these 2 cells. Therefore, the 4 and 9 are unlocked. 9 is unlocked over here. The 4s are forming a triple here, but also locked in here. So these are, what are they, 1s and 6, and it has to go, oops, like this. Oh crap, I've forgotten what that was now. That was the 5. Okay, so, oops, something's not right. I meant to do it the other way, didn't I? Yeah, 1s and 6. Hit the wrong key and completely messed my chain of thoughts up. So that wasn't very cash money. 7 and 9. So what are these? These are 1, 5 and 1, 5 and 9. So that breaks the 7 and 9 over there. And I do know the 9s are living in these 2 cells. So that's a unique triple, which is kind of okay, I suppose. These are 6s. I don't really need to pencil mark in the rest of them, to be fair, but I just feel like it. Okay, so we still have a cage that we haven't actually opened up yet, but I'm sure if I follow the numbers, we should be able to deduce what it is without adding any more pencil markings. So let's have a look. 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. Hang on a sec, something's not right here. These aren't 3s, these are 4s. So that was a bit of a silly thing that I do. And also, just notice the 3 is already eliminated, so I can place a 3 here, making this a little bit easier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is now locked in this cell. Does that open up any doors for us? Opens up 1, 5, and 9 down here, and suddenly the 9 is locked in place, and all the 9s and 5s are gone. This can't be a 1 anymore, so I think that's all the 1's done. Yep, it is. And this is a 6 or an 8. It has to be an 8 because I've got a 6 over here. So now the 4 and 8 are broken, and that breaks the 6 and 8 over here as well. And that tells me the 6 has to live here, 2 goes there, and this is a 7, this is an 8. What am I left with? 4 and, well, I suppose I can open up this one first, which is a 7. So 7 and 4 over here, so that must be the 4 and 2. And that is today's New York Times hard Sudoku. And we are going to move on from numbers to letters, because you're going to watch me struggle. If you hang around, you're going to see me struggle with the New York Times mini crosswords, because I'm terrible at words. I can barely word on the best of days, so let's see how we fare. Light bulb unit. I would have thought that it's lumen, but I can't fit it in there, nor unless it's lumi. Watt is another one, so I'm going to put in watt for now, but actually exhausted, I have no idea. So chocolate and coffee, I'm sure there's a term for that. Is it latte? I'm going to go for latte, just yeah. This puzzle, oh, the puzzle is, sorry, I should switch scenes. There we go, that should be easier to see now. That's the trouble now that I'm streaming on my laptop. I haven't got enough real screen estate. I can't actually see the entirety of OBS. So maybe I should actually put OBS on a separate desktop so I can flick between the two, but then I can't see chat. So that's why I don't do it. Yes, so let's stay on this for now. And okay, now that's I guess Juice just echoing what Kelly Fry's talking about. Gravity and electromagnetism for 2. I guess they are forces. Kevin something MBA, sorry, that's too American for me. What many people use for electronic billing? What? Direct debit? Monies? Oh, is it the electric meter? I have no idea what that's actually called. Kilowatts? Kilowatt? No, that doesn't work. Seller of samosas and thin mints. No idea. Ice cream purchases. What? Are there specific terms for when you buy ice cream? Because I did not know that. Exhausted. This is not looking promising with the what. So yeah, I'm pretty sure what is incorrect. Because what would 2 have been? Takes as a job offer. And I'm also wondering if latte is incorrect. Although maybe what is correct and latte is incorrect. So let me continue to struggle before I, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is accepts. Yeah, takes as a job offer. So actually, what probably still works. So what could this be? Chocolate and coffee. I have no idea. Angle symbols in trigonometry. It's an acute angle, I guess. Angle symbols in trigonometry. I have no idea what that means. Scrumptious. Is that tasty? Scrumptious is something to do with food, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Salt brand with an umbrella girl mascot. Again, I'm guessing that's an American brand. Doctor portrayed by Brad Pitt on 2020 SNL episode. I haven't seen that, but if I have to hasten to guess, it's going to be Dr. Fauci. Oh, but how do you spell Fauci? Dr. Fauci. I'm going to go for that spelling, but I'm pretty sure that's incorrect. Cocoa isn't coffee. No, but hold fire for now, because I will definitely be asking for help soon. I'd just like to try and finish that for now. Oh, Fauci, that's the spelling. Let's see, sound of shock. Oh, this is going to be someone exclaiming shock, isn't it? It's like, oh my, or something like that. So, chocolate plus coffee. Okay, so isn't it like a chocamocha or something like that? So, I do think, yeah, I'm just gonna put a C in there, but that doesn't help me with the salt bran. Okay, this is not great. I'm not going to get that. What many people use for electronic? So is this auto pay? That will fit in there. So, I mean, we use direct debit, so that is kind of an auto pay thing. The seller of mints, we're not going to have any ideas on that. Ice cream purchases. Ice cream purchases. What is even happening? Exhausted. I'm pretty confident forces is correct. So, A-E-I-O-U. For some reason, I want to put an O in because then that will be, Coke. And oh, I see what you mean. So you think it's cocoa, or however you pronounce that. Maybe that's the drink. So, well, I've seen it now. Might as well. Now that I see it, I might as well keep it. Exhausted. So, I'm guessing it ends with a D, although actually not necessarily, because it could be an adjective. So, yeah, I'm not getting it. So, angle symbols in trigonometry. Do you know what? I think this is an H, actually. Could this also be an A? I wonder. Because I think it's the something. Let me check the puzzle for a second. So it's mocha, isn't it? So if it's an M, that's still not going to help me, is it? Okay, so I'm basically left with the only one that I can feasibly get is this one, exhausted. Worst for where? What can it be? A, B, C, D, E. Oh, one out. There we go. One out. And I think that's as far as I'm going to guess, because that's a name. This is another name. I think it's probably one out, because that will apply. I guess they both kind. I guess workout just kind of implies it will lead to being exhausted, but this would be more literal, as being completely worn out. So, so I think the only one left I can potentially guess is ice cream purchases and the sound of shock. So, ice cream purchases. Yeah, don't worry too much in this case. But yeah, do give me a chance to embarrass myself first, because this is how I provide entertainment. This is my livelihood. Embarrassing myself is my way to getting a million viewers on Twitch to be the first person who have 1 million viewers. So yeah, just let me continue throwing random guesses in, and I'm sure that will be the most entertainment that I can offer. Ice cream purchases. Oh my god, what even is this? I bet it's going to be annoying once I get this. And I also feel like I should know because I used to be good at trigonometry. So angle symbols in trigonometry. I didn't know there's a name for them. I have an idea for 9 across. Yeah, I'm not going to get 9 across, definitely, because I don't know the brands. So if you hold fire on that, as soon as I say it, I will give the go-ahead in a moment once I sufficiently depressed myself enough with this puzzle. Ice cream purchases. A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Pints. I'm pretty sure you guys do mention pints of ice cream, so I'm going to go for that. So, sound of shock. That doesn't quite work though, does it? I'm just going to check. Is pints of ice cream? Yes, it is. So, right. Sound of shock. What the hell could this be? Gasp. That's it. If it's gasp, then this would be... Oh, is it Scouts? Then what would this be? Also, what's this? Salted brown. The... something... A, B, C, D. I don't know if you can hear my stomach grumbling. I feel I should get something to eat. Let me just check if I've got any snacks, so be right back. Do you know, all things considered, I didn't get too sniffly today. That's what I was getting to. Yeah, of course, Scouts, because it's like Girl Scouts selling cookies, and maybe this is what Boy Scouts sell. I did think like samosa. I did think that word was samosas, although actually it probably isn't. But samosas, in my head, is samosas. So it was like there's a bit of incongruity between selling samosas and Thin Mint. So hopefully that's correct. Okay, let's guess all the numbers. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the guess. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Oh, god damn it. Oh, they're both cookies. I did not know that. So I'm guessing they're not samosas because that would be weird. Samosas cookie sounds absolutely horrendous. So, Kevin, I'm going to guess this is an R. So would that work? Garnet? How did I get that? Oh, hi, Candles Department. Hi, you just you missed the Sudokus. I'm just embarrassing myself through the mini crosswords, but I somehow managed to guess the name of a basketball player and got the mini crossword without any help, and it's quite a difficult one as well. So, how are you doing, Candles? No, Candles Department. Love crosswords. Well, if you love crosswords, I tell you what. Before I move on, I am just going to check s'mores. Oh, so that's what those cookies are. I don't like those. Don't those have like coconut bits in it as well? I'm not a big fan. are the best consistent GS cookie. Let me see. If those are the ones that has the coconut bits in it, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree because, although actually looking at ingredients, let's see. Does it have coconut? Yes, it does. Coconut flakes. No, coconuts. I hate coconut bits in food because they always get between my teeth and they get stuck there and they just. I used to not mind them, but as I got older, my disdain for them had only grown. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. But I'm also someone who dislikes mint chocolate, so take that what you may about my my general taste. Didn't they rename it? I have no idea. What they renamed coconut? So let's see. Notorious Supreme Court Justice. Oh, is did Biggie Small become a Supreme Court Justice? Because I missed that. Let's see. This is November 2019, so I have no idea what that is. So I'm going to skip that. Smart. For some reason, I want to put smart watch in. So what's EW's mate? I have no idea. Who the hell is EW? A lot in Mexico. Oh, great. Inedible part of the onion is the root, I guess. Oh my god. I got myself some snack and I didn't eat it, so my stomach is still grumbling. So I just had a thought. If we like crosswords, we can try and finish up. In fact, I'm just going to edit the title to New York Times Crosswords. Archived crosswords. So let's change that to crosswords. Come on, I just want crosswords. There we go. And update the stream. Then we can upload that later. Oh, did I actually timestamp when I started mini crosswords? Yes, I did. Thank God. Okay. So always more crosswords, but also spelling bee. Oh yes, spelling bee. Oh God, spelling bee. The two bakers that work for. Oh, you took GS is Girl Scout. Girl Scout, and they have different names and recipes for cookies. I see. Okay, so with 6 down, site of high-profile democracy protesters. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder what that is. Eels, mate. Get red in the face. Flush, embarrassed. Get red in the face. Creature with sticky toe pads. Isn't that gecko? With sticky toe pads. To be fair, there are quite a lot of creatures with sticky toe pads. So, and also there are different stuff in different regions. Angry. Is that angry in terms of so hold fire on the clues at the moment. I want to try and do that without hints just yet, and then I'll try it. Body part that rests on a violin. Isn't that the chin? So with 6 down, the site of high-profile democracy protesters. Oh my God! I should really have a snack. Time for some ASMR. Okay, so now that I've come back to Won the Cross, I am going to go for RBG for Ruth Bader Ginsburg because I think that's she's one of the famous Supreme Court justices, and she's still alive. Back in November 2019, I think she was taken quite ill this time last year. Wasn't November last year, wasn't she? So. I know she was in and out of hospitals and everybody was just hoping that she'll hang on. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to before they appointed another kind of very problematic person in. So yeah, but so today's crossword is actually sorry, this specific crossword is actually an archive one. So this is dated November 29th, 2019. So she was still alive back then, basically. So that's why I think that's the answer. But with Curly Fries saying oof, I'm guessing that's wrong anyway. So we will continue. In fact, do you know what? I think this is watch now, because I'm pretty sure chin is correct. That makes me think this is not gecko anymore. And to be fair, that is correct, because geckos don't actually use stickiness. They use kind of like, isn't it some sort of like the suction is caused by something else? But anyway, let's carry on and see if we can. Hold on. This starts with an H. No idea. Oh, chat is. I've never had chat going this fast, so struggling a little bit to keep up. So that was not to your answer, but bringing up the fact that she died because it still hurts. Yeah, it is very sad. If someone say notorious in reference to U.S. politics, mostly referencing. Oh, okay. So you guys all think it is RBG then? In which case, I have no idea what this could be. If it starts with G, I can only think of gecko being. So what could this be? Smart something. Well, oh hi Lane. Missed you again because yeah, everybody's having. Oh, I see Curly Fries changed their name to a slightly different color to help differentiate. But I've got candles in the same green as well, so I nearly missed your message. I know. I got raided by Aubergine, and I'm guessing the fact that your name is Aubergine implies that you are not American. Actually, all of a sudden you feeling watch and everything seems wrong. Yeah, I don't think it's watch. I think if I have to guess, this is something tech related, but no, I don't think watch is correct. So, oh my god, I can't keep up with chat anymore. Too much is happening. You guys are too. Oh, I'll never be a professional streamer, will I? If I can't keep up with chat. Okay, so eels, mate. I don't even know who eel is. So let's have a look. I am gonna. No, I don't want weather. Why are you giving me weather when I type in EWE? Eel. So let me look at images. Oh, okay. So it's a sheep. So the mate. Oh, so mate as in. Oh, is that going to be a ram in that case? So, yeah, I'll mention when I need hints. So, oh, this is going to be smart Alex, isn't it? Is it smart Alex or something like that? I don't know. Get red in the face. Yep. So now blush works. So a lot. Moochie. Inedible part of an onion. Oh, this is the skin. So I still don't know democratic protests where. I'm guessing this is Senate something. So it must be short for something, but I am struggling. Oh, I'm wondering what curly fries. Oh, I can actually click to show. Oh, did I send a hint? So that's a good point actually. This one may be incorrect. So what could this be? It's got to be a vowel, right? A-E-I-O-U. High-profile democracy protesters sight off. Okay, I am going to. I'm gonna let you guys help me here because yeah, I'm definitely stuck now. So, oh, I had the wrong spelling. So Muchi. For across. Oh, smart Alex is wrong. Okay, so mucho. Okay, mucho. That sounds good. Alec. Ah, okay. So that's Hong Kong in that case. I did actually wonder when I saw like HON if it's Hong Kong. But then I guess I had all the other letters wrong, so it didn't become obvious. But yeah, for anyone who don't know, I don't know if it's still happening, to be honest. But even before the pandemic happened, it started in 2019, June 2019, when there was basically a bill that was going through where essentially it allowed the Chinese government to basically allowed Hong Kong to extradite people to China, and we all know how problematic it is for human rights are not amazing in China. Let's put it that way. Let's see if this gets me banned on Twitch, but yeah, basically they tried to pass the bill, and people picked it up. Thank God for the internet age. These kind of information are shared wide and quickly, and it became the second part of the umbrella protest, because there was also another one. I think it was in 2016, maybe, or even earlier than that. There was a massive protest with yellow umbrellas, but it basically started a second round of protests in Hong Kong, and they just refused. They just didn't relent. They continue on for over a year at the very least, on a daily basis. It completely disrupted the way things work in Hong Kong, basically. Basically, I was trying to call anyone an enemy of the state, even though Hong Kong has historically been ordered. Yeah, that's the problem with the history of Hong Kong, and the political situation in China as well. And the sad thing is, like, a lot of people from China don't actually have any problem with what's going on with Hong Kong, because they kind of see it as part and parcel to their system, basically, their politics in the region, basically. And yeah, basically Hong Kong was not getting a lot of support from the region, at least not from mainland China. And the other thing is, a lot of people who emigrated from China to other countries, they also don't really support Hong Kong necessarily, because a lot of people got quite wealthy as the economy in China grew over the years, through interesting means. But either way, it ended up with a lot of wealth, relative wealth to people, and a huge population of, because basically, like, I don't know, 30 or 40 years ago, when you see a Chinese person in England, for instance, they're typically from Hong Kong, because people in China couldn't really afford to emigrate. But nowadays, a lot of Chinese people that you meet in the UK are actually directly coming from China, because the families are now in a financial position to actually send their kids to university abroad, and so it does swing the political understanding a lot about what's going on in China as well, which is really interesting. So, 3 want to be famous. Oh my god, yeah, 3 bots at the same time. So pretty much anyone whose username starts with letters and then numbers are bots, aren't they? So surely there's some way of scanning those. Haven't spoken to folks in China, but I think if you live there, you can have opinions, but it's not safe to voice them. So I think maybe disingenuous to say that folks in mainland China don't disagree with the government, just can't say anything about it. So my understanding came from kind of, so I'm from Hong Kong myself, and so obviously I am going to be biased in support of Hong Kong from that perspective, but I'm biased towards democracy in general. But basically, I have friends, and basically, I have friends who have spoken to people who came from China, and it's their understanding as well. But obviously, these are typically younger people, so they were brought up by their families who have been able to accumulate wealth as China's economy grew. So it's their understanding of what's really going on. And you're right, it could it could be that they can't say anything, but these are through just like typical conversations that people have, casual conversations, and I guess they may not know who is listening at the same time, how powerful, how many how many eyes and ears China have around the world. So who knows? But all in all, yeah, Hong Kong hasn't been getting the support they needed, and also there's definitely the concept of political fatigue around the world. As at the beginning, Reddit was posting stuff. I mean, even my friends on Instagram were posting stuff about the Hong Kong protesters every day, basically. But it's kind of gradually dwindled. And when I spoke to my families in Hong Kong, my dad was basically like, "Yeah, protests going on, but I just get on my own things." So I can say really. Yeah, Tiananmen Square is definitely a very dangerous topic to talk about in China. Despite the fact that photos have, I've seen photos. I was a kid when that happened. I've been to the protesters, and yeah, I've seen horrific pictures that came straight from China. So suffice to say, I support the people, basically. I support democracy, true democracy as well, not the fake democracy that some country have, unfortunately. Anyway, let's have a look at today's spelling bees. I wanted to put in welcome, but there's no W. So, and I can't spell. So with spelling bee, the goal, since I'm not subscribed, and spelling will be important in spelling bee, so we're trying to find what's called a pangram, not panagram, just pangram, which is a word that uses all the letters that we can see, basically. After that, we are going to try and put in as many long words that we can put in. So the rule of spelling bee is you put in words, but they have to contain the center letter, so it has to contain the E. The letters can repeat for the words that you choose, but yeah, the pangram basically is the word that contains all the letters, including repeats. But since I'm not subscribed, there's a limit on how many that I can actually try out. Therefore, I aim to just get the pangram and then just throw a few words in and call it a day, basically. So I think I can see melody. So I wonder if there's something that. So I need to add a C into melody. I guess camel is also available, but that's not useful. Are you still there, curly fries? Because you're usually the one who gets all the pangrams. We've got Yodo as well, which is if I'm not mistaken, one of the delivery companies in the UK. See, I really want an N to get melancholy, but can't get it. Got moldy as well, but that's not useful. Cold doesn't have an E though. Cold. Oh, that's a good point. That means moldy doesn't work anyway. Yeah. Oh, model. Maybe something to do with model? Modelly? Clay model? No, I haven't gone A, so clay model would in theory potentially work, but tricky. Oh, we got cello as well. So maybe it's an instrument. I don't know if anyone you've said them yet, but melody or comedy don't have to pick one though. I've got melody, but I didn't get comedy. So commodity as an I, but not an E. No, that's right. Comedy I didn't have. So comedy, what's comedy missing? Oh, it's missing an L. So is it comedically or something like that? Comedic. Oh no, there's no comedically. No. Damn it. Tricky, very tricky. It looks so easy, but it's not. Do you know what? We've not tried D something. So, D Okay, geez, you're confusing me. Comedically doesn't have a Y. But you literally spelled it with a Y, so... so... So that uses all the letters. Can we make a word out of this? Decumly. That sounds really dirty. Or it could be something that ends with ED, so chameleon? No. I mean, it also has an I. Decode. Decondemn? Oh, we haven't gone now. So we're just trying to use up all the letters. So we still need to use M, L, and Y with decode. But otherwise, it is a good one. Trying to find one of these solos first, but yeah, it's a good find, definitely. That's a good point. I was so focused on just using the remaining letters, but I should look at all the letters. So decimal? No. Jesus Christ. We're gonna kick ourselves, aren't we? Once we find it. If we find it, that is. Hold on a sec. No. I was gonna say maybe Yodode, but it's missing a C and an M. God damn it. God damn it. Michael. Yeah, tricky. What do we do? What do indeed? Ooh. That's not a word, is it? No. Okay. I looked it up and we're never going to get it. Well, at least it's not. We're not missing something obvious. So go on then. Go on, curly fries. Hit us where it hurts. What are we missing? It's not curmudgeonly. Molly coddled. What is even what? What the hell is molly coddled? That's like how many days in a row that we've not been able to do the pengram. Molly coddled. A person, especially a man or a boy, who's pampered and overprotected. Oh, I know a few people are molly coddled. Oh my god. It's an older word for coddled. My god. Oh, I see. So maybe it used to be molly coddled, but now we call it coddled. That's not fair. That's too hard. How did they come up with these spelling bees? Okay, so molly coddled. That's the pangram indeed. So let's throw in some good decoded. What's a good one? Melody from me. What was the other one from Jews? Comedy. Yep, comedy is a good one. It's a comedy seeing us trying to figure out these oh yeah, I suppose mollycoddle without the D. Yep, that's another pangram. Mollycoddle. What? Mollycoddle came from the word coddle. How does that even work? So what does adding molly add to it? Preference center, save settings. So, are the histories of the word? History. Molly, nickname from Mary. That's no use at all. So, languages are weird. It is weird indeed, especially English. English is. Oh, no, I'm gonna close that because there was a horrible picture on there of someone who looked a bit hurt. So Debbie Downer. But at least Debbie Downer is like it's a bit punny, isn't it? It's a bit like what's the what were the internet memes? Like bad luck Brian and what's the something Stacy and scumbag Steve and that kind of stuff. Okay, so should we try some crosswords? I'm actually going to clear it because I tried to do this. I tried to start it last night. This is the crossword for Thursday, October 30th, 2008. So I'm sure we're going to have lots of fun on this one. But before we start, I am just going to restart the stream so I can export the video to YouTube. So hopefully it's not going to interrupt anything. But just hold fire for a second.